Hello everybody. A little bit of jumbled introduction there. Sorry about that. Tried to do my best with it, but it kind of is what it is really. But welcome anyway to this next video in the let me just get back to my page here. Nope, that's not the one. Minimize that. No. Where's my page gone? In a bit of a jumbled mess now. Why isn't that going back to that? Need to go back to that. I think that's what I want. Hopefully you can now see my page in front of you. Let me just check on my device whether it's actually working. Yeah, okay, I can see that. Cool. Righty ho. We're good. So yes, this video is about the next letter in the Hebrew Arabri alphabet. It's actually the 13th number, or in the series. There's 22 all in all. This is the 13th one, and it's the letter M. And you can see by the title, it's actually pronounced in the alphabet or alphabet mem. But as we'll see from the title of the video, it's actually meme. So this is a meme, really, everybody. So we'll start as we normally do over here and show what we normally start with, which is the one that we're all familiar with, which is the Western English American M that we all use in our writing and typing and everything. Next we have the modern Hebrew Jewish version, which is this one. This is actually called mem as well. Then we go on to this one, which is the Latin version or the Roman version. And you can see it's written either like this or like this one, which is that little zigzaggy thing, and like that. Next one is the Greek version. Greek capitals are a bit more elaborate, but they're sort of small case. It's much the same as the Italian one, minus an extra couple of lines. Then we've got the Samaritan one from Samaria, the Nabatean one. These are the Aramaic versions, so sort of like the shorthand version that was used around the time of 0 BC, the time of the Saviour, Mashiach. You have the Palmyrian one here, standard Aramaic, going back in time to about 500 BC and all the way back to 1500 BCE. Then we have the Moabite one next over, then the Canaanite one, which goes back in much the same similar way as these other ones do. This the whole point of these videos, is to actually compile all the data and information that I've managed to put together, so that rather than a whole load of different sources and pages, it's all in one place for ease of seeing the end from the beginning, or vice versa. So next one is the Phoenician one, working its way up to earlier. This is about 2000 BCE. Then we have the ancient Semitic, Paleo, Hebrew or Arbri version going along up here. So as you can see from them, they're all along the same sort of design, with a squiggly up and down wavy pattern, which actually symbolizes the waves of the water, or an ocean, or the sea, or everything involved with the liquid. Now if we go over here to this side of the page, which those of you who have watched the previous videos will know, this is the Hebrew side, all over here. This is the Egyptian side, just for the pure purposes of comparing the two civilizations' sources of their written word, because you know, if we use Moshe or Moses as an example, he was brought up from the reeds and the river, the Nile, in the house of Pharaoh, so he would have been accustomed to seeing all this sort of stuff here, unbeknownst to him, till he went off into Sinai and spent a bit of time with Jethro and or Yithro, or whatever you want to pronounce it, and discovered his Hebrew roots. Then he would have made himself familiar with this sort of stuff, so he would have known both of these types of language. Hence that gives him the understanding and the power that he was able to work with, I suppose. So you can see from these that what we've got here, the top one, we've got a multiple of the wavy little lines, which symbolizes the water. Then these ones here, added to those pictures, are more of a phonetic sounding pictographic symbol, if you like, and the little pot here at the end symbolizes that carry water in a pot. So this word here, my or me, actually means water. This one, these are just a few examples that I've actually found in my book. I will just grab my book so I can show you, and anybody else who wants to have a look, they can compare for themselves. And excuse me a moment. So what we're getting it from is this one here. E.A. Wallace Budge, who was the keeper of the Egyptian antiquities at the British Museum, in 2 volumes. This is volume 2. Yeah, this one's volume 1. You got the 2, you see. So this is where it's coming from, as well as, excuse me again, Ancient Hebrew Lexicon of the Bible by Jeff Benner. So, where were we? Back to what we were doing. So yeah, you know, I recommend you, if you've got means of being able to look up this sort of stuff, you know, there's a wealth of information that will hopefully, you know, open your eyes and you know, see what's actually really going on back in the past. This one here, the next word down here, is a more of a elaboration on the one above, with the added symbol of this owl symbol, and it actually represents the M sounding letter. This one here is representative of the, in Egyptian, the A or Y as we know it in the Hebrew. This one again is this one, which gives us the Y or I sounding symbol, and then the M again repeated here, so that all in all that gives us MyM, which when you look over here to the Hebrew, we have the same thing. Remember, this is going from right to left, so MyM or MyM. So other one here that we've got, the last one for the Egyptian take on things, is Ma'ah, which is this symbol here with the outstretched arm underneath and the 3 wavy squiggles for the representatives of the waves of the sea. And that in itself means salt water. So I chose these ones because they're kind of relevant to what we've been talking about with the Dead Sea, and what I was going to show you, I'll go into that in a minute, but so much stuff that I want to try and put in these videos, and when I've done them I think, oh, I forgot to put that in, I forgot to put that in, but you can't remember everything. It's just too much. So this one here underneath this is the number H8064, which is ShaMYYM, which, for those of you who don't know, that means heaven, or actually means the firmament that divides heaven. So this part, if you block out the sh sounding, you've got an exact same layout as what we have over here in the Egyptian, and more of an extended one of these. It's just got the extra added outstretched arm, yod, added to it. So with the teeth symbol, which is what this is, the symbol for this one, it means the firmament that divides the waters of heaven, which are above, and this one here, number H4325, which is the Hebrew word for water, from the earthly water, which is below. So basically, MYM in itself is describing water of any sort, any liquid, anything like that. Now I'm going to try and go back to my screen if I can. Oops, let's flick it back to that and then go back into that. And I've got another little bit of video to play if I can remember how to get back to that. Ah, here it is. Oh no, that's the wrong one. Right, back. It's actually that one. I may have to pause this because lots of you had trouble actually hearing. So what I'm going to try and do, I'm going to try and play. The video on my screen. This is what the adversary does to you. It just messes with your his technology and creates all sort of problems for us. So give me a chance to just get back into my other device, and I will try and play the sound for you from this one and add it to, oops, excuse me, right, just bear with me and I'll get cracking. So So hopefully you caught that one. I can't actually see at the moment whether you did. Let me just go back and check in with you all again. Oh, you can hear it, but you can't see it. Oh, man. Right, what did I do wrong? Okay, you can hear it. So we've got to, oh, I know what I forgot to do. I've got to go back. Sorry, we're going to have to redo that again because it's vitally important information, I think. So forgive me for that, but we're going to redo that little bit. I'll go back to the beginning. So hopefully you caught that time. Couldn't actually see, but hopefully you did. There we go. Waiting for sound. All good. Cool. Right. gradually working our way through this video. I'm sorry, it's probably going to put the next one behind. I shouldn't have really done them that close together, really, but you know, you get all these good intentions and wrenches get thrown in the works, and things get put in your way to stop you doing what you want to do, and that's what has happened today. I'm very sorry, but try and do my best, and thank you for your patience, everybody. Yeah, exactly, Rebecca. I saw that you're the only one here again at the moment. Still, hopefully, there's more. Tika was in. Hungry Knife. Just having a look back through. T Fisher. Thanks everybody for turning up. CB 90,222. Thank you all for turning up. So, right, now that being done with, we're going to look at these verses just quickly. Hopefully you can see that. I don't know how to make that any bigger than what it actually is. But this is Genesis 1 through 10. So we're going to read this and just try and gauge what was actually going on back in the beginning there. So I'm going to read and scroll down as I go. In the beginning, God, or the Most High. You slip up sometimes reading these things. In the beginning, the Most High created the heavens, ShaMYYM, and the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. And the Spirit of the Most High moved upon the face of the waters. So those two verses are all about the waters at the beginning. Then we go on to verse 3. And the Most High said, "Let there be light," and there was light. And the Most High saw the light that it was good, and the Most High divided the light from the darkness. So those two, and the next one, and the Most High called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And the evening and the morning were the first day. So all of that up until Genesis 1:5 is him creating the waters and creating the light and dividing the light from the darkness. So knowing that we are the light of the world and the darkness of the world is the other side, he's divided the good from the bad in the form of light there in these few verses of Genesis or BaRaShYT. And then in Genesis 1:6, and the Most High said, "Let there be a firmament," which is this number, H7549, Rakia, which means extended surface, a solid expanse or firmament, vault of heaven supporting waters above, considered by Hebrews as solid and supporting waters above. So back to this again. In the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters. So the firmament we know is dividing the waters above from the waters below, the waters of the heavens and the waters of the earth. So if in the same way he's divided the good from the bad, the light from the dark, he's divided the good waters that are above from the not so good waters that are below. Let's move on. And the Most High called the firmament heaven, and the evening and the morning were the second day. And the Most High said, let the waters under the heaven be gathered together unto one place, and let the dry land appear. And it was so. And God, and backpedal, and the Most High called the dry land earth, and the gathering together of the waters called he seas. And the Most High saw that it was good. So basically, when I looked at that in more depth, it was all about dividing what is pure, the waters that are above, from the unclean waters that are below. And you know, with this whole theme that what I've been doing just recently, unbeknownst to me, if we go back to this, let me just see if I can just bear with me a second. Hopefully you're still seeing this. I'm just going to check. Okay, yeah, that's good. So I'm going to go back to my other channel, or the channel that we're actually on at the moment, but on my PC it's the channel that I'm not on at the moment. It's so very confusing. And we're going to go to here and see, where is my videos? Library history, liked videos. That's not it. These are recommended, by the way. This is not from my videos. Library, I think, is in there, isn't it? No, it's not. Home should be in that one. Show more. Nope. Okay, we'll do it this way then. Or channel. Videos. Okay, finally. So, everybody ready? And this only came to me a little while back. So this video here I did a week ago, and it was all about do not put new wine in old skins. Actually, the title was switched for a purpose, but nobody really got it. So this one's about wine. This one here, Israel, Jacob's descendants really flow into the river of life, or the Jordan. This one's about water. Wine, blood, water. This one here that we did 3 days ago, blessed by the oil from the chosen land, all about them drilling oil, the Zion Oil and Gas Company, is all about oil, which not their take on what they're taking from the oil, namely money and the black stuff. But oil in the word is more of a spiritual meaning. It's the anointing of the Ruach HaKodesh, the Spirit, the Holy Spirit. So oil, water, blood. That just, when I saw that, I thought, oh, that's a bit crazy. And believe me, I didn't intend to do it that way. It's just the way it all worked. And now we're doing this one, which is all about the water. So I don't know. It just seemed a bit crazy to me that that's how it all worked out. So what else have we got? I think that's pretty much it for this video. I think we worked our way through that, didn't we? Yeah. So haven't really got anything else for you on that. Hopefully you've gained some little insight into the letter M that you didn't have before you watched this. And you know, what I thought was interesting as well was what we watched about the the video on the Dead Sea again, where they're taking all the salt out of the actual Dead Sea. Because remember, in that video, if you haven't watched that one, if you did watch it and you can remember, I imposed the head of the Lion of Judah over the top of the actual map, and we was trying to figure out what exactly the segmented part of the lower part or the southern part of the Dead Sea was. And actually, well, let me see if I can actually just get back to that. Where are we? Videos. Yeah, so if we go back to my video on that, we'll pause it and we'll buzz through to where we actually had the little image of that. Now, where was it? Somewhere there, I think, about 36 point mark. So yeah, what we're actually talking about in the video that, go back just a little bit to there. So the video that we played earlier on that didn't play the first time with no visual, but then hopefully it did the second time. This is what we're talking about. All these little segmented, let me blow that up a bit. All these little segmented parts are where they're actually farming out the potash, the salt of the Dead Sea. So it's crazy, because when you think that we are the salt of the earth, and I don't know whether you noticed in the video that we're talking about, the one we played earlier, that apparently the Dead Sea is disappearing at an alarming rate. It's sort of disappeared by about a meter in the last few years, because of their demands on the water level, and the water being taken off to be used in other areas, and the farming industry and the industrial industry and drilling for oil to cool their drills and pumps and pipelines and whatever else they're doing. So basically they're just devastating literally the chosen land. It's just, well, maybe this is the desolation, the abomination of desolation. Who knows? You know, what they're doing to something that's desolate is an abomination. I don't know. That's just came to me then. It may be, but I don't know. I think I better pull a stop to this video, and I've got to get ready for the next one, which is overrun again by about 20 minutes. So hopefully not many people are actually going to be ready waiting for that, because you're all here. So hopefully you'll give me a few minutes to get everything sorted out for the next one, and lined up for that, and I'll see you over there hopefully. So thanks everybody for coming along and watching, and shalom, and I'll see you on the next one. All praise to the Most High. Shalom.